You brought a broom?
Oh, honey, this isn't just any broom. This is the broom that Mike and I jumped when we got married.
Jumping the broom is an African tradition. It's something that the slaves did in the early days of African American history, and it continues to be very, very relevant for a lot of people, much like some people would have communion and other people would have wear something old and something new and something blue and whatever. Different couples put together weddings that are congruent with their faith and their belief and their ethnicity and the traditions of their family.
Historically, traditionally, slaves weren't allowed to get married. They weren't allowed to legally show their union. So the way that they showed their union was by jumping the broom.
Sometimes we weren't allowed to have preachers, and during slavery, they barely wanted us to read the Bible because they didn't want us to read. And I say we because I'm connected to my ancestors, obviously.
The significance of jumping the broom is really honoring your heritage and the African American culture and what our ancestors did to celebrate their marriage when they weren't allowed to in the way that everyone else was.
As a tradition and also almost as a reflection and remembrance of those who could not enjoy those same moments.
That's one of the traditions that we like to hold on to because our grandparents did that, and great-grandparents, and we have so many other family members that did that. It's kind of a way to connect to the past in a very, very important time in your life, which is your marriage.
And it says to me a lot about the human spirit that, even such a difficult time, that people took it upon themselves to show, like, okay, we legally cannot be married, but I want to show and demonstrate my love to you and that we are a couple. And so I thought it was very moving and just says a lot about, the African American experience in America.
And so marriage, you have this guy, you have this girl, they look in each other's eyes.
Please be seated.
They can't be without each other after that, right? And then they say, we're gonna get married. They have a history separate of each other. And there's this broom that's put down, and they jump over that broom. And the intent of that is you leave all the baggage on the other side of that broom. We're gonna leave all the mistakes that you made on the other side of that broom. I'm jumping on this side of the broom with you because I want to move into something new with you. Let's start at that point. To me, that was just the most beautiful way of thinking about it.
You're gonna jump the broom?
No.
What?
Namaste. Remember anger management, okay? Just calm down.
Jason, enough is enough. You've got to jump the broom.
Mrs. Taylor, Jason and I decided we wanted everything to be simple, elegant. Ow!
Jumping the broom is a metaphor for marriage, but it's not just between a man and a woman. In this case, it's between families, it's between people of different classes, and the notion is that African American people of all different classes, all different skin tones, all different religions, by jumping the broom, we are all coming together as one community.
May I present to you...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Amy, come here.
Jumping the broom is sort of a part of history that you've always heard about, and you've always heard people talk about the reason why they had to jump the broom, because this was symbolic of their love and everything, and there wasn't a preacher and everything that could marry them during slavery. But all the weddings I was at the Lord's Supper, God, so old, I haven't seen nobody jumping nothing, but I'm sure it's a very good tradition. If I ever break down and get married, I guess I'll have to jump it.
I have performed many, many weddings, but I have never been in a ceremony where they jump the broom, but I'm very familiar with the fact that many, many people do it and like to do it.
I'm trying to think, of all the weddings that I've been to.
No, yeah, I've never seen nobody jump on a broom in a wedding. No, not in our weddings.
To be honest with you, I think I might have heard the term once when I was in college.
It was a broom sweeping up the stuff after it was over with.
Nobody in my family actually jumped a broom. But it is part of our cultural heritage.
I wasn't familiar with the ritual until I read the script of jumping the broom. I didn't know about this. And it's weird, though, but it's something that's kind of vaguely familiar, do you know? But yet I can't really say that I knew 100% of that.
Actually, I jumped the broom 3 times. Once with J-Lo, Beyonce, Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez. Wait, that's 4, right?
No, but actually my auntie jumped the broom. I'm from Louisiana, so back at home, everybody jumped the broom for the wedding.
I have actually seen someone jump the broom. As a matter of fact, Marietta and Errol, when they were married.
If my parents jumped the broom, I don't know. I wasn't there, of course. But friends, yeah, definitely. It's always been, a lot of my friends, African American friends, use it as a symbol at part of their weddings.
And I think the thing that's wonderful that really makes me want to be a part of the film is that it shows that there are challenges, no matter which side of the broom you're on. There are still challenges that have to be resolved, and by God's grace and mercy, we all have endured, and hopefully that will make us have a deeper, richer respect for each other, regardless of which side of life or which side of the broom we may be on. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Jason Edgar Taylor.